Check one two. 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 Ah, it sounds like crap. Hello. Check one two. 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 They're don't sound right. Check one two. Check one two. Hello. Check 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 check. Check one two. 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 Hello. Check one two. 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 Hey, yeah, I'm here. Okay. Check one two. 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 Check one two.
Hey Justin, this is your test for back at the TV station. Just excuse me. Let me know how we sound, or if you got me. I got the coach. I just don't know what he looks like.
Well, that's him in the yellow.
Oh, we're good.
Lake Martin Sports Roundup.
All right, y'all ready?
Yeah, it's too loud.
With your host, Scott Hardy. And your phone.
That better?
1, 2, yeah, that's better. 1, 2. Can you hear us, Scott? 1, 2, 1, 2. Test, 1, 2.
Big on savings, big on service, big on community. If it's sports in the Lake Martin area, we cover it. The Lake Martin Sports Roundup, right now.
Good Tuesday evening out there to everybody, and welcome into the Lake Martin Sports Roundup show presented by the Bland Insurance Group and Alliant Bank. And I think you can hear me out there now. I hope you can anyway. And again, we're here at the at JR Sports Bar and Grill every Tuesday from 6 to 7. And Scott, we have an action-packed show tonight here at JR's. A special group of young girls here from Alexander City, and we'll talk about them in a little bit, and just a lot of events going on with Youth League sports here in town, and we're just excited to be part of it. And, as we vamp up and get ready to head into the middle part of the summer, and hope you had a good 4th of July weekend. I know it was a very active weekend here on the lake, as it always is here, but again, come on out to JR Sports Bar and Grill. You can eat off the kids' menu for $1.99 in your youth uniform, and so it doesn't matter what sport it is. Year-round, that is the one of the specials that JR's does here. They do such a great job of supporting our community and all of our teams and everything that's involved with the Lake Martin area. So, Scott, again, just excited to be up here and be part of the program, and these special young ladies will be up here with you in a little bit. But I just want to talk, first of all, El Toro Freeman, as everybody knows, former Auburn Tiger and national champion. 2-1 Training is his organization, and he has an official combine tomorrow at the Charles E. Bailey Sportsplex. And basically what it is it's free to any kids that want to come out. And at 9 o'clock at the stadium, you can there'll be some special guests in attendance there. But basically what he's trying to do is get kids exposed to what they test you in the NFL. What you got to do, the test you got to pass in the NFL. So, like a 40-yard dash, a 5.10, 5 shuttle time, a broad jump, push-ups, in quarterback, running back, wide receiver, O-line, D-line, linebacker, safety, those drills that they have to go through, and they'll be broken up into individual areas and individual positions. And so, El Toro and Mike Goggins also does a tremendous job with our youth here. And this gives these kids here in this area, not just Alec City, but this area, an opportunity to come out and be exposed to something as good as this at an early age.
Yeah, and so El Toro is hoping to donate some of these funds to some type of organization. He said he hasn't decided yet, but as you said, 2-1 Training, and I think he's going to donate $1 per entry fee, and then he's going to also match that. So looks like hopefully they'll have a good crowd. But again, this is something that he really enjoys, and so I think the kids enjoy it too. Even no matter what level it is, high school or older, if you have someone that you've seen play before coming back and trying to hopefully mentor you and get you an opportunity to get seen by some other people, I think it's a great thing.
It's the phone number is 256-750-0110. That's the number to contact El Toro about the combine tomorrow. But the best thing to do at this point is just show up tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock at the Charles E. Bailey Sportsplex and be part of this. Again, there really isn't an age. I mean, obviously, you want your kids to be somewhat developed athletically, and I don't want to put an age limit on that because I know that some younger kids can sometimes be pretty athletic, but it's more for, I would say, anywhere from a 4th grader up, just to see where they are in their age range right now. And obviously, if you're in junior high or high school, this is definitely of interest to you if you have the time and the opportunity to go out and be part of this and get a head start on what it's like to go through some of the drills that the college players have to go through to get to the next level. So we'd love to hear from you, 256-234-6221 to be part of the program here at JR Sports Bar and Grill, the Lake Martin Sports Roundup Show, each and every Tuesday from 6 to 7, talking local sports. Again, next week we'll have West Tate on with the Benjamin Russell men's golf program. It'll be their 6th annual Benjamin Russell golf tournament to raise money for the men and women's golf programs. And, I know Mandy's been on this show several times. Wes has been on. And that tournament will be Friday, August 1st. And then Wes will be here to talk about that more next week. It's $400 per team, which includes mulligans, 3 mulligans, a throw, and a power drive. So, if you are not a very good golfer, they're trying to help you out as much as you can. A throw, you get a throw in this thing. So if you got somebody who's got a pretty good arm, you can throw one.
Will definitely be something that I would have to take advantage of. My golf game is a little shaky, but
you need that throw, don't you?
Absolutely, and as many mulligans that are available. But I'm just loving what's been going on this summer. There have been so many different events, not only for adults but for kids to get involved in between the different camps and different sports that are going on. And as we said, we'll have on a 10 under girls team, all-star team that just won state and who will be representing us in North Carolina in a regional tournament. But a lot of great things just going on athletically around the community, and this is a great foundation for what we're trying to do long term.
Absolutely. 256-234-6221 to be part of the program. Just getting started here at JR Sports Bar and Grill, the Lake Martin Sports Roundup show. And again, a lot of exciting things. And just talk about this for just a second. Again, the 10U All-Star girls, you'll have their coach on here in just a little bit. Then you'll have the girls on a little bit later on. Possibility of having some other guests on. So a very tight show here tonight from 6 to 7. And then, of course, I'll go over and get prepared for Sports Blitz Live, our statewide program with Luke Robinson. We'll be on that show for 2 hours. You can give us a call, and you can find us there. But you can find us on Twitter out there at Sports Blitz. That's sports with a Z. Make sure you have that right, sports with a Z, at Sports Blitz. And we wouldn't be remiss if I didn't mention a little bit about this massacre that happened in Brazil on the soccer field. Brazil, in their home country, hosting the World Cup, and they get annihilated. I mean, they just get demolished by Germany 7-1. That's equivalent of losing 70-7 in a football game, Scott. I mean, you never hear of a especially in a World Cup match, a team scoring 7 goals. They had 5 goals or 4 goals in a 6-minute stretch. They had the 5th goal by the 26th minute of the first half. So just an unbelievable match for Germany, who a lot of people feel like is going to win it. But, you got to beware. You got to make sure that you understand when you have a game like that against a team like Brazil, the next match is going to be a little bit hard to get up for. I know it'll be the championship that they'll be in, but it'll be a little bit hard to get up and come back and rebound. It's like playing 2 tough teams in a row in a football season. So I'm not saying that Germany can't, and I'm not saying that they won't win, but, they're going to have a tough opponent in either the Netherlands or Argentina, whoever it might be that wins that match. So it'll be interesting to see how Germany read. But, I mean, today, if it's any indication, if they do that again, this team's unbelievable.
Well, it kind of hurt Brazil, especially losing their star player in Neymar, and then also Silva going down their team captain. So that hurt them a lot there. But you look at a team like Germany, who was on a mission, and they've been doing everything they needed to do to make sure they kept succeeding. But it was just, as you said, a massacre. Twitter was absolutely hilarious this afternoon while the game was going on. A lot of jokes about SEC football and football in general. They even said at this point they scored more goals than the Auburn Mississippi State game a few years ago. I mean, it was a great time. But again, I'm interested to see long term. I know we've been talking about it, but what this World Cup does for U.S. soccer, and I guess the fanship that we should hopefully see as we go forward. But again, Germany with a dominating performance today against Brazil, and you got to know the people in Brazil are just terribly disappointed, and they actually had to escort German fans out of the stadium.
Oh, I'm sure.
They made them stay there later to make sure that everything got taken care of the way it was needed to. But 7-1, as you said. But I know we have a good group of guests coming up here shortly. So we'll go ahead and take our first break of the evening. More of the Late Morning Sports Roundup Show presented to you by Bland Insurance Group and Alliant Bank right after this.
You're good. Three, two, one, and you're on.
Welcome back into the Late Martin Sports Roundup Show, presented to you each and every Tuesday night by Bland Insurance Group and Alliant Bank. We're here live on location at JR Sports Bar and Grill in beautiful downtown Alexander City. 256-329-2328 is their number, and you can get you a call in or come up here, and they'll take care of you as you dine in. But right now, we'll transition over to a very special guest. We have Coach Martin Bowden, who is the 10U Alex City Girls coach who just won the state. And so, Coach, first we want to say thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
But before we go into how everything went this weekend, but in order for you to get to this point, you had to win your sub-state. And so let's talk a little bit about that and what led up to this past weekend's performance.
We had a sub-state was the week before this state, and it was 3 teams in it. And we went through the whole tournament undefeated. Didn't lose a game.
That's great. And I didn't mean to cut you off.
You good? Go ahead.
Okay, but so 3 teams there. What were the other 2 teams besides you 2?
Sylacauga and Woodland.
And so by winning that allowed you to go to state. And so we'll jump right into that. Looking at some of the scores, the victory that made sure that you guys were able to go on and win state was a 19-3 victory over East Bruton. But talk a little bit about what led up to that and how the games went this weekend.
Well, the day before, East Bruton had beat us. We had East Bruton 6-2 going into the bottom of the 6th inning. and they came back and tied the game up and ended up beating us in the bottom of the 8. And then that was Friday, and then Saturday we come out with 3 games and played higher than expectations all day.
So that's what I wanted to ask you. Of course, if you're in this type of tournament, you expect to have some type of success. But as you said, maybe not this much success. What was the game plan going into the weekend?
It wasn't really a game plan. It was just do what we had to do to win. And it's a real special group of girls. And when they're on, they're hard to beat.
Yeah, and so, again, this is a group of girls who've been playing with each other for a while now, and so you have the whole regular season, and when All-Stars come, you have an opportunity to display those skills. But talk about some guys. I know we'll have an opportunity for them to introduce themselves here shortly, but talk about some individual performances that catapulted you guys to the state championship.
Well, in the first pool play game Saturday, our 2 pitchers combined for a no-hitter. They didn't give up a hit in the first ball game. Both of them pitched 3 innings apiece, and we won. I think we 10-run the Bruton in that game in 5 innings.
Absolutely. And so, again, we're here with Coach Mark Bowden, the 10U Elliott City Girls All-Star coach, and, again, they will be representing us in North Carolina here next week. And so we'll jump into that and what all goes into details and making sure you guys are able to get to North Carolina.
It's a lot. It's a lot. We're doing a couple fundraisers right now to try to get things going because it takes a lot to go. And staying together.
Yes, sir. And so, again, this is the Southeast Regional Tournament. So how many teams are you guys expecting to compete against in North Carolina?
It should be 8 to 10 from what I understand. I know it's the Bahamas, Florida, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina, and South Carolina.
Yes, sir.
So they should be at least 1 team from each state there.
So if anybody in the community is interested in helping you guys get to North Carolina or make it on to the regional, what would they need to do?
We're doing all our donations through the Elliott City Baseball and Softball Board. We're also doing a men's 1-pitch softball tournament Saturday night. It's a $100 entry fee. We're selling raffle tickets all around town. Several businesses have let us come in and to be able to sell raffle tickets. And we're kind of trying to work on some more stuff to fundraise we don't have but a week. We have to leave next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. So how long does the tournament last? Do you know the format and how things will go once you get up there? I don't know the format, but we have to report Tuesday the 15th at 5 o'clock, and the tournament will end on Saturday. Absolutely. The following Saturday. So again, I just want to get your thoughts on what it's like to be able to coach this group of girls. I was reading some of your quotes in the paper today, and you just talked about what a special group of girls these were. But what do you think separates them from maybe other teams you've coached before?
Just chemistry. They're all friends, and they all love the game of softball, and they just click when they're on. They just click together, and I wish everybody could have came out last Saturday and watched them because it was one thing that every coach wants, to see his girls play together as a team like they did.
And that's the exciting part. And so especially for a group of girls this young, this only helps them. I know when I was growing up around this age, I think my age group, maybe they were 11 or 12, their girls went on and they went to the World Series after completing this same type of cycle. But it built the program up from the bottom up, even going up to high school. So being a part of this allows that program, the future program, to get as much attention as possible. So I wanted to get your thoughts also on how important it is for this group of girls, not necessarily this group of girls, but having a strong a little league program elevating your high school and middle school programs.
It's very important. This group of girls right here, some of these girls have won 2 state titles. Some of them won 3. They won 2 in 2 ball, and then they won this one. So, you got to start young, and you got to stay in it. You got to love the game. You got to really be involved in it.
Yes, sir. And I know that it takes coaches like you guys. And so I don't know if you have any other assistant coaches up here, but just talk about what brought you guys into it, the practice hours, because I happen to to work with an individual whose daughter's on the team, and she just talked about how much fun her daughter was having on the team. And looking at what's happening now, it appears that they do have that type of chemistry. But I'm just excited for you guys, and hopefully here shortly we'll give the girls opportunity to introduce themselves. But we'll go ahead and take our next break. More of the Lake Martin Sports Roundup Show presented to you by Bland Insurance Group and Alliant Bank right after this.
You're good. Three, two, one, take it away.
Welcome back in, and thanks for joining the Lake Martin Sports Roundup Show, brought to you each and every Tuesday night by Bland Insurance Group and Alliant Bank. I'm your host, Scott Hardy, joined here by Mark Bowden, the 10U Alex City Girls All-Star coach, and who they just won state. And again, we're so proud of them and excited for the adventure they're about to take next week in North Carolina. But right now we have some very special guests in front of the stage right here. So, Brett, if you don't mind giving them a chance to introduce themselves.
Yeah, and again, proud of these girls for winning the state championship. Going to be heading up to North Carolina to play in the regional tournament, and we're excited about what they've been able to accomplish. So we're going to let them just go down the line. Girls, you just say your name, your position, anything else you want to give a shout out to. Okay.
Okay, my name is Taylor Harris, and I mainly pitch.
My name is Zaria Robertson, and I play the outfield.
My name is Emma Taffley, and I play first base.
My name is Sky Russ, and I play center field.
My name is Laura Shepard, and I play center field. My name is Shanity, and I play right field.
My name is Lane. I play second base.
My name is Reagan Taylor. I play third base.
My name is Tiffany Roberts, and I play short.
My name is Tori Spanner, and I pitch and play left.
My name is Brooke Bowden, and I play catcher.
And there we have it, Scott. There's your 10U girls state champs here, right here from Alexander City. Again, proud of them, Coach. I know you're proud of the effort, and I know you're proud of all the support that you guys get here from the parents. Of course, obviously, and I'm sure you guys just talked about this, but without a lot of support from the parents and the community, we couldn't put teams like this together in our community.
That's right. That's right. We sure appreciate everything everybody does.
Absolutely. And Scott, tell you what, a lot of excitement for this group of girls going on and representing the state.
Well, yeah, and I mean, it's such an accomplishment, first off, to be able to make it to the state championship game or to the state, and then to be able to win and represent your state regionally is an absolute honor. But I was talking to Coach Bowden, off of the air a little bit, and we're just talking about some of the stories that have gone on through the season and talking about some of his leadership qualities. And he had a nice little story about Miss Taylor here, who's been a major leader for the team. So if you'd like to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, Taylor is she's an awesome person, leadership, not considering that she can pitch better than most 10-year-olds. So she is a big part of this team as well as all the other girls. It takes a whole team, but these girls respond to her just from her being on the field, no matter what she's doing, if she's sitting on the bench, whatever, and that's a big part of what this team is about.
Chemistry is a big part of any team and any level in any sport. You can get a lot of great athletes together and a lot of great talent, and if they don't learn how to play together and learn how to gel together, you can't really win. So I know all these girls have the talent. Obviously, they wouldn't be on an all-star team, but to be able to gel together and do the things they need to do to be successful and win a championship, obviously they play really well together and have a good team chemistry.
They do. They play excellent. They do.
And before we let you go, we just want to get some information again. If anybody's interested in helping the girls get to North Carolina, what do they need to do to help you guys out?
They need to contact any parent. Most everybody knows everybody. Contact a parent. Any business, all donations need to be made out to the Alex City Baseball Softball Board. And everything will go from there. We'll be having fundraisers. We're having a big celebration Friday night for, I think, 12U and 13U states here. So they're having a big celebration. We'll be there. So just support us any way you can. We sure appreciate it.
And you heard him right there. And please bring out your support for these girls and help them move on to the next level. We're excited for them. Girls, congratulations on behalf of all of us at Sports Blitz. What a tremendous honor and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And congratulations, Coach. And
Thank you.
Good luck to you guys.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.
There it is. Well, we'll go ahead and take another break. Again, thanks to Coach Mark Bowden and the 10U Alex City girls. Congratulations on a great season. More of the Lake Martin Sports Roundup Show presented to you by Bland Insurance Group and Alliant Bank right after this.
Clear.
3, 2, 1, take it away.
Welcome back, and thanks for joining the Sports Blitz Lake Martin Sports Roundup, presented to you each and every Tuesday night by Blend Insurance Group and Alliant Bank. We're here live on location at JR Sports Bar and Grill in beautiful downtown Alexander City. $1.99. Since we'll let you eat off the kids' menu, bring in your kids' uniform, and you can eat off
what
the
you
kids'
just told
menu
everybody
for
right there.
$1.99. I'm so sorry. I saw Miss Ann, and I got a little distracted there. But, again, just a great segment there, and congratulations to
there
the
you
girls.
go, Blaine. You just threw her under the bus on air. So.
I mean, I have to. But so as we said, that we couldn't do anything without JRs. But, again, we just very congratulatory of the 10U girls and representing Alexander City in North Carolina regional tournament. But we also want to recognize the city for helping them get there. They had a $1,000 donation to the Parent Advisory Board for baseball and softball here in Alex City to help them make their travels up to North Carolina. So, as you said, you can't do anything without a supportive community. And when it comes to supporting our youth, Alex City always does a great job.
Absolutely. And, again, congratulations to them. And, look, it's a tremendous honor. I had the honor of being one of the coaches of the 9U boys team that went to Florence State Championships, and we didn't win it, but our kids had a great experience, had a good time. We were in every game. We lost 10-8 to the team that eventually won it, Mims Park. We were up 7-1 on that team in the 5th inning, and that just shows you got to learn to finish, and that's the lessons that the kids are learning in all these ages. And our kids were, devastated by losing up in Florence. They wanted to win. Obviously, we had the team to win it all, but we couldn't close the deal. And but they played really hard, and proud of all those kids that I had on that team, and all the coaches that were involved in that 9U program. And again, looking forward to next year already, because they played their tails off, and I think we can do some big things next year. But this 10-year-old girls team, 10U team, is a tremendous group of girls, and I'm excited for them and their parents, and to have the opportunity to travel and represent this state. They're not just representing Alex City; they're representing the entire state of Alabama at that age group in North Carolina. So we're excited about that for them. And Scott, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world of sports here in the Lake Martin area, and of course, football season right around the corner. Full-fledged practice will be starting just in a few weeks for high school teams throughout the state of Alabama. But in the meantime, most of your high schools are involved in 7-on-7 camps, and that's where you take your skill position players, your quarterback, running back, your wide receivers, and then you take your some defensive guys, some safeties, some corners, some linebackers, and it's basically like two-hand tag is what it is. But it's an opportunity for your quarterback and your receivers and your running backs to kind of get on the same page, and then it gives your defenders some one-on-one work, because they're going to be throwing the football. That's what they do in the 7-on-7. So you get your cornerbacks and your safeties and a lot of work in these 7-on-7 camps. They become a huge part of high school football throughout the country. There's a limit on how many that teams can participate in the state of Alabama, but over in Georgia, there is no limit. We talk about year-round sports. A lot of the girls that you saw up here tonight play year-round softball, in some form or fashion. Some of these girls are on multiple teams, and they play. And, we had a discussion last Tuesday on Sports Blitz about the difficulty of today's student athletes versus student athletes just 15 years ago. A lot of kids want to play multiple sports, but to be really good at one, it encompasses their whole year now to be in that one sport, whether it be softball, baseball, football, because, the way it used to be structured in football, you just go, do your summer workouts and go home. Now you're 7-on-7 camps. Now you're you're working out individually. It's passing camps and different things that that's going on. In baseball, it's travel league and it's all-stars, and there's so many different things. Basketball, it's AAU basketball. These sports aren't just seasonal anymore, Scott, so it makes it really, really tough, to be a multiple sport athlete. Not saying that you can't still, but it makes it even more difficult. So, wrestling, is another sport that, these wrestlers, they find ways to be involved in wrestling year round now. I mean, there's just every sport has tennis. same way. I mean, there's a tennis clinic and camp going on pretty much all summer. And so to really hone in and be good in a sport, other people are doing it. And so not to say that it's not good to play multiple sports, but you're taking away that time that you're spending and that you could be pouring into that one particular sport. There's not a right or wrong answer here. And I'm not up here advocating because, look, a lot of us play multiple sports, but the bottom line is it's changed, just like technology changes all the time with phones and iPads and different things and TVs and the way we deliver things. The world of sports has changed, Scott, and the way we see things happen because – you look at Tommy John surgery. Just a few weeks ago, we had the doctor on this partners with Dr. Andrews, and it's no secret that Tommy John surgeries have just increased dramatically over the last 5 to 10 years because, it's not that they're doing anything different than kids did 25, 30 years ago, Scott. It's that these kids are playing year-round now. And they're, back 15, 20 years ago, you'd play baseball and you'd play a little summer ball, and then you were done with baseball until the season rolled back around. Well, that's not the case anymore.
Yeah, and so it's gotten to that point because there's so much emphasis, especially if you look at the football side, on getting to that next level. Who can get seen the quickest, or who can be the next big-time recruit. And a lot of these 707 camps are when you're skilled, but that is specifically for skill position players. That is their time their allotted time to show their skills off to people around the country. You look at what's going on now. ESPN has the Elite 11 competition going on right now, and it is the biggest thing ever. Trent Dilfer is the head of that, and he just talks about how he wants it to be even bigger and bigger than what it is now. And so when you have 14, 15-year-old kids having to spend their summer, not having to because that's a choice they want to make, but if you're going to be good at a sport, like you said, you almost have to dedicate yourself to that one sport individual. Like if you're a kicker, then you're kicking all year round. You're doing kicking camps. Pitchers are going to training sessions on the weekend, even during school years. So it's a lot tougher. I will agree with that, to be able to manage multiple sports and to do it the way you'd like to. So it's almost to the point to where if you're a big-time athlete, you have to make a decision on what sport you're going to play long-term.
Benjamin Russell will be going to Sanford University tomorrow to be in that 7-on-7 camp. Be a lot of teams up there, and I read a little bit in the Outlook about what Coach Horn said, and it's you want to win, but that's not really why you get in 7-on-7s. Okay, I mean you're trying to get your timing down between your quarterback, especially now that we're going to have we got a quarterback competition with Tyree and Cole on the hill right now, and you got receivers that are trying to get familiar with a new quarterback, whoever that's going to be throwing the football to them. And so you're trying to get your timing down. You want chemistry, just like we talked about with these girls. You have a lot of great athletes, but if you're not on the same page, it does you no good. So I know Coach Horn is more interested in trying to get their timing down and the rhythm and getting everybody to be on the same page and getting our defensive backs to look against some other receivers and playing somebody other than ourselves. You're up there scrimmaging around with each other and going against one another. Now you're going to go against some guys from another school, and that's what is so exciting for them, is they get to play somebody other than themselves.
Yeah, and two, a lot of your bigger time players are going to these 707. So if you think you're a big time athlete and you want to show those skills off, then this is your opportunity to do so. I mean, they're going on every day around the country. Dable just got through with one last week. Benjamin Russell getting ready to compete in one now. You have Otoro having his combine going. There's so many different things, and which is why I love it though in a way, because it gives you the opportunity, as many opportunities as you would like to be seen. If you're a big-time player now, you have to go to these, because it's not how it used to be before, where somebody will find you if you get if you don't go, somebody else is going to be there, and they're going to be seen.
That's right.
And this, you're going to. We've seen it here, and we're doing a better job of getting our kids out. So, especially with the talent we have now, I look to see some more players on the collegiate level. But again, it's going to be a very interesting year for Benjamin Russell. A little transition year, bumping up to 6A. As you said, a quarterback transition. You're losing some big-name guys and some mainstays that have been around the program for 4 years. You have 2 4-year starters, and Tobias Russell and Brian Horn, who will be moving on to college and play. So congratulations to them there. But a lot of rebuilding to do, but there's a great foundation that has been built, and this isn't how it was before when we were in 6A. There's going to be a different type of mentality here, and Coach Horn, the players now have bought into that. So I'm really excited for the upcoming season.
It is going to be exciting, and look, that's high school sports, period. I mean, not just football, but high school athletics, and you're dealt the cards that you have in your school, and basically there's going to be transition years. Not to say that this team can't come out and the sky's the limit. You don't know what this team can do because you're going to have new kids in different positions that are very important positions like the quarterback. Now, we know both the athletes that will be vying for that position. We know how tremendous they are, but it's going to be a learning experience for both of them because they're going to be the man out there on the field when it comes time for kickoff. So, a lot of work and preparation goes into, getting ready for the season, especially at the quarterback position. It's got to be a position that you're dedicated to and that you're committed to and that you work on in your own time. It's not I'm going to show up at practice and practice and go home. You are the leader of the team, and you're looked at as the leader of the team. You're the guy that touches the ball on offense every play. And so you in the center. And so it is a tremendous responsibility. And most of the time, as you go, does the team go. So, it's two good athletes. That's not a question. Or do you have two good guys going at it athletically? Absolutely. Now, which one will play? Coach Horn said, I'm going to play both of them at this 7-on-7. And, with the evolution of the way football is now, when you got quarterbacks that have multiple talents, one maybe can throw it better than the other one can maybe run it better. Look, we have seen multiple sport athletes or multiple quarterbacks be successful. You can take two quarterbacks now, and it's been proven at the college level. It's been proven at the high school level. It's been proven that even in NFL, you can run two guys in and out and be successful. The old adage used to be if you had two quarterbacks, you didn't have one. Well, that's not the case anymore. The thing, the way it is now is you bring guys in certain situations. You got the Wildcat formation. You got all these different kinds of offenses that are being run now, and you have specialized players in specialized moments. So, look, I expect to see Tyree play, and I expect to see Cole play in the season. I'm not saying that one's going to go out there and jump out and solidify himself as the number one quarterback. One could. But I see that we've got two good guys, and that's what Wildcat fans should be excited for.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so you've seen it, and especially running the type of system that we run, you're running the spread, you have a quarterback who's mobile, he's susceptible to hit. So having somebody who's able to come in and there's not a gap there between your first and second tier guy is what you need to have. So if you have two number ones and that are playing quarterback for you, then you have a great opportunity to succeed. And again, though, that we have three teams in our coverage area who are going through transitions at the quarterback position: Dayville, Benjamin Russell, as well as Horseshoe Bend. You're looking at it there where there's a lot of transition here in our coverage area.
And you hate to lose guys that are veterans. And I know Coach Horn, especially that being his son Bryant, moving on, but it opens up another opportunity for somebody, and you don't know what that's going to bring and what kind of chemistry that's going to bring. You will get to hear Bryant Horn and C.J. Tolbert on the air in a couple weeks. I'll be calling the North-South All-Star football game in Montgomery. Bryant and C.J. both on the South team as quarterbacks, and excited for them. A great opportunity. We've seen some spectacular performances in that game, and had Kyle Caldwell in that game a few years ago, and he broke Pat Sullivan's single-game record for total yards. That record had held for a long time, and to be able to go in there and break somebody like Pat Sullivan's record, Kyle Caldwell, and he gets invited to be one of the counselors at the Manning camp, tells you what kind of an athlete he is, tells you what kind of a player he is and has been his whole entire career. Tallapoosa County has produced some tremendous athletes and continues to do so. But a couple weeks from now, down in Montgomery on a Thursday night, I believe it's the 24th, if I'm not mistaken. I'll pull that up to be sure. But Bryant Horn and C.J. Tolbert, it is on the 24th at Crampton Bowl. C.J. Tolbert and Bryant Horn both will be on the South team, and they'll both get significant playing time. And, Dayville's going to miss C.J. Great athlete. That quarterback really led their offense. So Coach White will plug another guy in there, and they've got a lot of talent on defense still, and still got some big-time playmakers on offense. Dayville will be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, and so it'll be a very exciting football season, and this fall should be very entertaining for all the fans in our coverage area. And so, again, if there's anybody you'd like for us to highlight that we haven't had an opportunity to that's in your listening area, then make sure we'll take care of it and do all we can to highlight them.
Yeah.
But again, we're up against another break. Hopefully I'll have Michael Goggins on here shortly. We'll close out the show. But more of the Lake Martin Sports Roundup show presented to you by Bland Insurance Group and Alliant Bank right after this.
You're good.
Down on the train James will be there also,
Absolutely.
along with Michael Goggins.
Yeah, so it's good to see having some people, some big name guys come back, and the kids really appreciate when they have an opportunity to visit with someone or have someone mentor them that they've had an opportunity to practice or watch their whole lives. And so, again, I'm looking forward to this, and I know you guys are expecting a great turnout, and so I won't hold you too long. I just wanted to give you an opportunity to discuss the camp, and hopefully good luck, and if there's anything we can do, just let us know.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
That was Cedric Buckner, and great things going on around here, and hopefully we'll be able to get Michael Goggins on next week sometime to discuss the basketball camp that he has going on as well at Cooper Rec. But it's been a great show, ladies and gentlemen. We had the 10U All-Star girls. We want to risk congratulations to, again, Coach Martin Bowden has done a great job preparing his team, and couldn't be more excited. And if there's an opportunity for you to help, just please contact Mark Bowden or someone at the parental board. 256-391-2219 is his number. But, again, if you contact someone on the board, they'll make sure that things get taken care of. But as we're winding down, there's a lot of things going on in the world of sports that we didn't have an opportunity to touch on outside of the Lake Martin area. You also have a free agency going on right now, and there's a big free agent frenzy. Your two main targets would be LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony, and I'm looking forward to see what happens, especially in the Carmelo situation. Myself being a Laker fan, I'm hoping that we have an opportunity to get him. Kobe and Magic Johnson and the Hollywood gang have done their best to make sure that they lay out a full plate of options for him and allowing him to see what he could do if he went on to move to L.A. But I think a lot of what goes on free agent-wise is contingent on what LeBron James will be doing. It looks like it's coming down between the Heat, Rockets, and Cleveland. But myself, I'd love for him to go back to Cleveland. My dad, being a Cleveland native, I was raised watching the Cavaliers, so I think he'd do himself a lot of good if he went back. And I think one championship with them would be worth more than the two that he has won with the Miami Heat. But we'll see how it goes. Again, Germany taking care of business today in the World Cup, beating the team Brazil, the host team Brazil 7-1, and a little disappointing for Brazil and their fans after spending all that money on their stadiums and so much prep work going into it. You hate to see them go out like this, but after you lose a player like Neymar and you have Silva go down your captain, it's going to be pretty tough. But I think it's going to do wonders for this World Cup. Did wonders for U.S. soccer, and I'm interested to see if we can continue the viewership that it has been this weekend. If you look at the numbers, soccer was watched more than Wimbledon, so can't really say that U.S. doesn't watch it. So it'll be interesting again to see what goes on. But I've enjoyed it. It's been a great show. I want to thank Brett for joining me as well as all of my other guests. Again, if there's anything we can do coverage-wise in our area, just let us know. For Brett Pritchard, I'm Scott Hardy saying thanks for joining the Lake Martin Sports Roundup. See you next week.
And you're good.
Appreciate it.
Go to bed.